Stinger is a support operator with his main focus on healing and reviving teammates. His ultimate ability is his Hive-Tech Pistol. This can be used to self-heal and also to heal your teammates from a distance. It can carry up to 6 charges in total once it's fully loaded. You can have 3 loaded and 3 unloaded, and each of those is going to take 30 seconds to recharge, so that's 3 minutes to get all 6 charges back from 0. If you point it at friendly players, it will lock onto them when you aim near them, and then if you fire the pistol at them, even if not directly pointing at them, it will still lock on and hit them and heal them. It can't heal enemy players, but it will actually damage them if you shoot them with it. It can do 40 to 60 damage if hitting an unarmored target, but that will be reduced by armor if they're wearing it, and depending on whether you hit them on the body or the head. For self-healing, you hold down the button to activate it. That's going to self-heal you for 10 hit points instantly, and then it grants you a healing effect that's going to be active for 20 seconds, which heals roughly 10 hit points every 5 seconds, so around 50 hit points in total. On top of this, it also gives you the painkiller effect for 20 seconds. That's the effect that will ignore any broken limb or wound damage you have, like when you've got a broken leg or arm and your screen goes blurry, you aim slower, you walk slower, it'll ignore that for 20 seconds. When you heal others, it works slightly more effectively. It heals 10 HP instantly, but the healing effect that's granted actually lasts for 60 seconds, so a full minute, healing at the same rate, around 10 hit points every 5 seconds, so potentially that could heal 120 hit points if they took some damage during that. Players have 100 HP in total, by the way. On top of that, you get the same 20-second painkiller effect that self-healing gives. Stinger's first gadget is his Smokescreen. This is a huge smoke you can deploy. You have these drones that you get out, and then you fire them off, and they leave a trail of smoke over the path they take. And by holding down the button to deploy them, and then moving around where you're looking, you can guide where these drones go and create a large line of smoke that can go around corners, up and down, and just creates a huge barrier you can use for repositioning, for rescuing a teammate, for flanking, for distracting the enemy, for a multitude of reasons. It's an absolutely enormous smoke, and this will last for around 15 seconds from when the smoke starts, so pretty long time, longer than D-Wolf smokes. And this ability has a 60-second cooldown. Stinger's other gadget is another type of smoke grenade. This is just a regular sized smoke grenade. It has a 40-second cooldown and a 15-second duration again. He only has one of them, but this does have a unique ability. If you fire your healing pistol into the smoke, then the smoke will turn green and it will grant a 60-second healing buff to any friendly players. This is essentially the same as shooting them with the pistol. I think a lot of people think you just get healed whilst you're in the smoke, but going into the smoke will give you that buff for 60 seconds when you leave the green smoke. So it's really powerful, and you also gain that 60-second healing buff from going into it, which you don't gain from self-healing, so it's a good way to give yourself that 60-second healing buff. Just keep in mind that enemy players also get the same benefit from that green smoke, so if you fire it into a melee between your teammates and the enemy will also get a healing benefit from that. Stinger's passive is Expert Rescue. This means he can revive players slightly faster. It's 12 seconds by default instead of 14, although keep in mind when players get headshot, they take longer to revive, and Nox, for example, has an operator ability which can cause revives to take longer as well. On top of that, when reviving with Stinger, he also removes the max health debuff that players usually get when being revived. So if you've been knocked and then flushed, you've been finished, and you need a full res, normally when you need that, you'll lose 20 points of max hit points for the rest of the game. You can't heal past that. You'll just have 80 HP max for the rest of that operation. If you're revived with Stinger, you don't get that effect. You'll be able to heal back up to full health. Doesn't change the fact that if you get knocked and flushed again, you'll be full dead. You'll be out of that round, but you don't get that debuff after your first knock. On top of that, he also heals players to 40 HP on reviving them instead of 10 HP that you usually get from any other operator.